Hey guys, it's Murk here. I'm going to show you a quick little tutorial on how to dye fabric my way. So let's get started. First things first, you're going to need your dye. In this case I'm using dark green, some rubber gloves, a stick, 2 buckets. This one is filled with very hot water, and this one I'm going to put the wet dye in. You're also going to be needing your fabric and a very large or small, depending on how much fabric you're dyeing, space to dry your fabric. Now, if it's on some sort of furniture, like this one is right here, you can see past incidents, put this little plastic covering. I think it's like really cheap, like Home Depot. It's like $5 a thing or whatever. You get plastic covering and cover it over your furniture so you won't get it stained, unlike this area over here and, well, back there. Yeah. You'll also be needing some towels and lots of towels. I would suggest buying your own set of towels. They're like maybe $5 a towel or $2 a towel at Walmart or something. So you get yourself a set of 20 and just use the whole entire thing. Okay, so let's get started. I washed out my dye bucket. As you can see, it's been previously used for other dyes like purple and black and red and whatever other colors. If you don't wash it out, you're going to get a very ugly color that you don't want. So always wash it out before you start dyeing. Now, we are going to take our dark green. Oops. And I'm going to stand this camera just a little bit. We're going to take our dark green and we're going to pour it in. Be careful not to breathe this in. It will turn your snot the color of that you're dyeing. I was dyeing purple, and it dyed my snot purple. Anyway, so stir the powder around. Same thing with the liquid version. This is what the liquid version would look like with the right colors or whatever. And that was the powder version I just poured in. It will do that. Stir it around with your stick a little bit. Now, I don't know how this color is going to turn out. It's my first time using it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a little bit of my fabric. I have some spare scrap fabric I can use. I'll use this one just to see how the color would turn out. So we're going to dip it in. Dip, 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 dip. And it turns quite a dark greenish color. I'm not too happy with it. And with the powdered stuff, it will give you these little dots. Depending on the color, if it's like yellow, sometimes the dots will be red. If it's green, in this case it'll be a little bit purple, or if it's black it'll just be like dark gray or something like that. So this is a pretty decent colored green, I would say. I'm not sure if I like this color or not, so I'm just going to leave that in there for a couple minutes and stir it around. Now this is a small piece of fabric. I don't need that big bucket, but for something of this size, I would need the bucket. But since it is a small piece, I'm going to use, I guess, this bucket, since I can't find my other one. Where'd it go? Anyways, so if you would like, you could take it out with the stick or the gloves, whichever. And let that drip for a minute. Pop. Right in there. Now, I don't think I like that color green. It's dark. I'm looking for more of a brighter green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gloves and put them on. Let me bring this over here. Now, the reason why I'm wearing the gloves is not just because the water is too hot. It's also because the dye will stain your hands a certain color. I didn't notice that first, but I went and didn't use gloves anyways, and it dyed my hands purple. Anyways, so now we're going to take our fabric and we're going to lay it out completely flat on our drying area. Can you see this on the camera? Yes, you can. Now, depending on the fabric that you are using, this one has fur on it. So I'm going to go get a brush. Where's my brush? Brushy, where did you go? Why are you over here? I'll use this scrubby. I don't know where my other brush went. So, a scrubby, this little scrubby thing with bristles, will do just fine with fur. Now I'm going to take off my gloves here at this point because I'm tired of using it, and I'm going to get a little small bucket of dye. How would I do this? Where's the bucket? That'll be just fine. Excuse me. And here's my little bucket of dye. Now I will place this over here just so you can see. And see the fur and the fabric, it just looks all messed up. I don't like that. That's going to turn out horrible when this dries. So take your scrubby thing and dip it in the fabric dye and start brushing the fur as if you're brushing a cat or dog or your pet. And just brush it out. You may want to hold down an area because it will start slipping. Also, if you want to be like me and do crazy stuff, just pour the dye over and it will give you the color, the darker color that you're looking for. Or if you're not looking for it, whichever. So, now you saw before, and this is what it looked like after I brushed it and poured dye on it. Now I'm going to let this dry overnight because it's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning, which is probably one of the best times to dye, at night, so you can go to sleep and wake up tomorrow with it nice and dry. If you want this to dry faster, you will want to put a fan in front of it, which I don't think I'm going to do tonight. I'm not sure. But this is just a test piece of fabric. This is how I dye stuff, and this is how I do it before I start dyeing things. So at least I know which color it will turn out, and if I'm happy with the color, I keep it, and if I'm not, I will go back and mix certain colors together. Now, I'm not really happy with this dark green. I may go for a brighter green because I'm making a new costume and stuff, and I will tell you the details of that later. Or you can go to my art page and figure that out. That is my dyeing tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and got some information, and please don't kill yourself about actually dyeing. See you later.